Evening, intrepid heroes, and welcome back to another DragonCon Town Hall. Hey, Tony P, how are you?
Brenda, I am great. Good to see you. Good to see Teddy. I was sitting here last week, ready to go, just sitting at the computer. But the Georgia weather knocked us out, and it worked out. It worked out for the better. Some things worked out behind the scenes. So it is good to see you. We got Russ. Russ Adams is here. He's going to be talking to us about he does a creature shop thing he puts together. He'll tell us more about. And I think you're talking to Clyde Gilbert.
Yeah.
Does the music concourse. There's a bunch of awesome music that comes to DragonCon as well. So I'm excited.
Me too. If we had Town Hall last week, Russ wouldn't have been available. So this week, it's a win-win for all of us. His workshops are some of the coolest things that are happening at DragonCon. And also, Claude is an amazing human. I've been a fan of his since the early days with the band Emerald Rose, a DragonCon favorite.
See, I didn't even know that. I've heard of Emerald Rose. I've heard of Clyde Gilbert. I never put two and two together. So I'll be interested to hear more about that as well.
I know, especially when they would be so nice enough to play for us at the Dead Dog Party after DragonCon. I can't wait to interview him. But first, I'm gonna be really excited to watch you talk to Russ.
Yes, let's bring him in.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Russ.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Oh, I'm great. Yeah, it worked out. The weather in Georgia knew, like, hey, Russ can't be here. Let's help everyone out. So they did us a favor so you can make it.
We could have used some rain over this way because it's hot.
Oh man, it's hot everywhere. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I live in Florida. Also hot. Just spoiler alert. Yeah. Russ, we met last year. It was your very first DragonCon.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, do better than that. But what was that like? Because
it was fantastic. I had so much fun. It was. I mean, I've been a guest at cons before, but I never really been in a convention that was so sprawled out. And there was so much I missed last year that I'm really hoping to make up for this year. Like I didn't even get to the vendor hall. I mean, you guys, I would have needed a roadmap and probably guidance. But
you were busy. You were in the Walk of Fame. You were doing other events. Even people that when you just come for fun, when you're not doing any of that work, it's hard to find the time to, get through all of downtown Atlanta and see everything. This year we're gonna do better. We're gonna help you out, Russ. So I'll talk to the powers that be. What do you mentioned the vendor hall? Is there anything else you want to check out that you know of off the top of your head?
I got to see this is the limit to what I got to see. I got to do some panels, which was fantastic. I got to do the costume contest and sit at my table all day long, and that was it. It was basically it. From 8 a.m. I was down there until it was time to close, and then it was find your way out. You'll learn your hotel room. You couldn't,
your buddy Gilgerard, he'll tell you. Sometimes you got to sneak away. You just gotta put a little sign up. You'll be back. We want you to enjoy some of the con as well. So what brings you in? You mentioned work. It says here you do a creature fur workshop, and you did it last year as well. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the creature fur workshop is basically dealing with furs that people don't normally, you can't really just get it anywhere. It's called NFT fur. It's really, really expensive stuff, which makes it terrifying to start cutting into. So I'm going to be showing people how to utilize it, how to manipulate it, things that you can do if you do mess up, stuff like that. when you're first getting into this, like I'll order a roll of this stuff, for say one of my Bigfoot suits. And to this day, after 15 years of using this stuff, I still have an anxiety attack about cutting into what's essentially like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of fur, and so it's enough to mess with you a little bit. So
it's like cutting into money, I would imagine.
It really is. And every inch of scrap has a dollar value, and I'm not even joking. So when you're using furs and stuff, that's the first thing that people tend to have like a problem with, is that first cut, and once you do it and you're like, oh my God, there's no turning back, and you gotta be okay with it. So
and then it says there's another work. So that was the one you did last show. You're doing that again. And it says here in my little trusty notes, because I wouldn't have known this, there's another larger workshop that you're doing where some of it we do at home. We start ahead of time. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So I'm going to be teaching people how to build creature suits, like the entire thing. But we have to put it down in a level where people can manage it, because a creature suit itself is such an overwhelming, project, that I've transformed the class into miniature. So essentially, I'm going to teach you how to make your own miniature or maquette mannequin, and then how to utilize that mannequin to put the muscles on it, to put the skins on it, and then the fur, and manipulate it so that when you go to tackle that bigger project, you'll have all the skill set and even the patterns to go ahead and do that. And I think I've got an example of that guy right here. So, this is basically the muscle suit that I'm going to be working with the class, and I'm going to show people, how to assemble something like this from scratch, because everybody's project's going to be different. So,
all right, now I have seen you in the Creature Shop Challenge. I watched the show, so I feel like I have a little more experience. I'm a bit of a pro. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I watched the show. But those that don't have any experience, or maybe don't know what they're doing, do you have to have experience? Do they need to come in with expertise?
No, as a matter of fact, the less probably the better. I mean, because I'm probably going to be teaching you some things that we use as special effects artists or creature designers that a normal tailor or seamstress or whatever would be like, don't ever do that. But we do that. So, it's, it's probably best to be a novice, come in with just a needle and thread and be prepared. So
I can do that. I can't quite put the thread through the hole. I'm working on that, but I can bring needle and thread. Real quick, I got one more question for you, Russ, before you go. But on the bottom, we have here the link where people can sign up for the workshops. So that is bit.ly DragonCon workshop. That'll go to you. They can come. They can do the 4-part one or do the single one. That's where they go to sign up. But my last question for you, say somebody out there, I don't know, they should sign up, but say they're like, I don't want to do that, or I don't have the time. Where else can they see you at DragonCon?
Well, Walk of Fame, and then I'll be doing I'll be judging the Masquerade costume contest on, I believe it's Sunday night. Is that right? Do I have that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, the one hosted by the not as good Tony. But it's easy to remember names. We're both Tonys, but yes.
So I believe they're still working out the programming, but I believe that there's going to be some panels that they can see. I guess all you got to do is really just go to the website and punch in Russ Adams, and it should bring up a list of the stuff that the DragonCon's going to have me do. And you can probably see me any one of those places.
We'll get you the app. I know it's your second year. We'll make sure you get the app this year. It's super easy. It's in alphabetical order, so they can Russ is pretty easy to spell, and they just find you. And then Adams, you're probably in the top of the list.
I'm on the top. I just like to think that I was the most important person on the list, and that makes me, at the top. So.
It just so happened the importance in the alphabetical. It was a coincidence.
Maybe I changed my name on purpose.
But Russ, I did get to meet you last year, man. It was super nice talking to you. You seem like a friendly enough guy, and you know your first stuff. So everybody should drop in, say hey to Russ, go to the Walk of Fame. Last year, you had a lot of these models and things out at your table, so you can go check them out. People can come in.
Oh, yeah. We had the Minotaur up there. I can tell you the story. at my table about the crash and burn Guinness World Record issue that we had that just went dead.
Oh, see,
But
now you wait until we're out of time. Like now I want to hear that, but we are out of time, Russ. But thank you so much. It's so good to see you again, man. Second DragonCon. I hope you have a blast. Make sure you hydrate. That goes for everyone out there in DragonCon land. And we'll find some fun stuff for you to check out this year. So, awesome. Russ, thank you for jumping on, man. Thanks for hanging out.
No problem. Thanks, Tony.
All right. And now we will bring Brenda back.
Yeah,
Brenda, did you sign up while you were gone? You got you signed up for the workshop?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that was some really great information for our fans, and our fans at home should go see what other workshops are available and left, because we have already sold out of some of our really cool workshops that we have as well.
I have a note here. This was news to me. Apparently, a lot of people, they know Brian Humphrey. He does photos, but this just in, he's doing photos Wednesday night.
Wednesday is the new Thursday.
You took the words right out of my mouth. But you can go, you can pay a small fee. He will do your photo, and all of that is going to this year's charity. So drop by on Wednesday for the charity photo shoot, 10 to 12. You get a cool photo like that one there. I don't think the clothes are included. You got to bring your own, but you get a cool photo, and all of it goes to this year's charity. So I know a lot of people are there on Wednesday. Like you said, it's the new Friday, Thursday.
Wednesday's the new Thursday. Thursday was the new Friday. You know, like one year it's going to be Monday is the new whatever.
Oh Tuesday. Yeah, just hang on. Yeah, so go get some photos, help out the charity on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I believe, let's see, that link right there is dragonCon.org/things-to-do/photo ops. Of course, we have the little dashes in there as well. My bad. But also, not to worry the fans, but Epic Photos will also be back at DragonCon doing their amazing celebrity photo shoots. I know I've had some with them as well. I really love their stuff. So make sure you look for their photo packages to be available for purchase by mid-August.
People are freaking out, Brenda. I'm glad we covered that.
I know. So many
it's
messages.
Okay.
Who's going to do the photo shoots? When are they coming? I'm like, just be patient, please. But that link is going to be right down there, store.epicphotos.com. We'll have more to talk. We'll have more on those next month in the future town hall, covering new details about our vendor hall, our costuming, gaming, puppetry, art show, and make and take opportunities and cool workshops that we have as well.
That's a lot. You know, I'm not going to lie, a little inside baseball. I have notes here and they tell me everything and it's still too much. I've been coming to this. I've 15, 16 years now. There's just too much. 3,000 hours of programming, 5-day weekend. And then there's non-program. It's ridiculous. If you've been, you know, if you haven't been, you will soon find out.
I know. For our newbies, it's going to be a lot, but all that fun stuff is just what makes DragonCon. But the most important part about those 3,000 hours of entertainment is provided by our next guest. So without further ado, please welcome for our second town hall interview of the night, Mr. Clyde Gilbert.
Hey, Brenda.
There he is. Hey, welcome, Clyde. How are you?
No, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for sharing with the world earlier how awesome Emerald Rose is.
Of course,
we are no longer on tour, but the fragrance lingers. So yes.
Well, I'm really excited to have you on, not only because you're a fantastic musician, but because you're the director of Concourse Stages. So what does that mean exactly?
The Concourse Stages, basically, they fill in that musical space between our main stage acts, the acts that you see at 1, 2 in the morning, Cruise Shadows, and the big ballrooms, and between us and the main stage and the film track, we're actually the Venn diagram of music for DragonCon.
Okay.
So on our stage, you can enjoy our house bands who perform on our stage and at various functions throughout the con. You can see them at room parties and such as the Bree Show, different things like that for the lit track. And then main stage acts also perform on our stage from time to time for the acts that want a little more intimate or a little different experience with the fans during the day. And we also have the occasional field guests on, and we have a bar.
Oh,
So that always
okay.
goes.
We all love a good
Mhm.
bar.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how long have you been with DragonCon?
Officially, I've been the Concourse Stages director since 2013, but I've been on the scene since 2001, which was the first year that Emerald Rose performed.
Oh, okay.
There's a funny story behind that. Is that there was an old PA that was on the stage, and Voltaire was performing, and the PA just died in the
Oh
middle of it.
no.
We happened to have a full PA with our rig in the bus, and I volunteered the band's PA so that the show could go on. And I've kind of been running sound ever since. So,
Okay. Okay. Well, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Are there any changes that any fans can expect for this year?
there are. We have a couple of changes for this year. We had a second stage with Concourse Stages for a few years, and we had it at the Hilton for a year. We had it at the Westin Overlook for a couple of years, but there were issues with the app and people saying, well, I couldn't get here, I couldn't get there in time. So we made the decision to consolidate that back to one stage, which is
Okay.
our original stage
Yeah.
in the Hyatt Regency just outside of the art show.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes
Mhm.
a lot of sense. What are a few of the bands that some of our fans can expect to see throughout the weekend and when?
Well, this year we're having a reunion of sorts. All of the bands have been to DragonCon before, and so they're all past alumni. But you can catch Scott Hellen's Guitar Me of One on
Okay.
Friday at 4 p.m. He's a part of Frenchie and the Punk, and also of Dinosaur Jr. fame if you were alive in the 90s. Um, so also, their Wakefire, which is an amazing Celtic fusion, gypsy soul type band.
Ooh,
Later on
okay.
Friday night on the Hyatt. On Saturday, we'll be able to, you'll catch Triforce Quartet at 10 p.m., which is always a capacity show. People absolutely love the intimacy of being able to come in close with these amazing musicians. And then we'll have some Filk favorites, Mikey Mason, who is a perennial favorite of DragonCon, Foot Pound Force, who are actual rocket scientists who have a rock band, and the Brobdingnagian Bards, of course, will also have shows on the Concourse stage at some point during the weekend, still to be announced. But I do want to bring up one thing is that the
Okay.
Concourse Presents shows, which we've done for the past couple of years in the Hyatt Regency's International Ballroom, little larger shows, opportunity for more people to come. We'll have two acts on Saturday and Sunday night. On Saturday night, we're going to have Wakefire and a larger show. And also we'll have following them will be the Dust Bowl Fairies, which is like a dark cabaret act. It's really, really
I'm pretty
cool.
intrigued on that one.
Yeah, they have interesting instruments. They just have a really great show. Sunday, we'll have Triforce Quartet in a little more formal setting there, and the band Wasted Wine, who has come back from a few years hiatus, and they have a very different sound than what we may have seen in years prior. Really, really excited to see them. But those will be from 7 to 9:30 on Saturday and Sunday night.
Okay, that's awesome. Really glad we have this nice visual graphic as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Shout out to one of our social media team members, Casual, for whipping up this really cool graphic in the 13th hour as well, and for DCTV for the last month's amazing MomoCon DragonCon's footage. Um, Everybody behind the scenes here at DragonCon Town Hall works way harder than we do in front of the camera, except for Teddy, of course.
Right.
Now, Clyde, do fans get meet and greet opportunities or any ability to grab any merch?
Oh yeah, there will be merch for sale during each performer's show at the stage at the concourse,
Mhm.
and there for about a half hour afterwards, as we're getting bands on and off stage, getting ready for the next act. There's an opportunity for the fans to come and buy merch, get autographs, chat with them for a little while. We have a table there for them, and about a half hour afterwards. But if you happen to miss a show,
Mhm.
you can't make it somewhere and you still want to pick up merch from your favorite band, go talk to the band members. They have a permanent table in the Marriott Two
Oh,
levels down from the lobby down there.
yeah.
All the band tables are around there. I believe it's at the exhibit hall or the exhibit level down there.
I think it's the
Um,
atrium
but
level.
they'll be there the whole weekend, so you can stop by and say hello and talk about your favorite music with them.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be really fun. Really fun for all of our con attendees to do as well. Now, who is kicking off DragonCon weekend? When and where can we see them?
We start at 1 o'clock on Friday.
Okay.
We give everyone a break for Thursday. There's a lot of music on Thursday night, but the concourse, uh, being a little smaller, more intimate stage, we start on Friday at 1. Merciful is what I say, so everybody can sleep it off and then come fresh to the first concert. At the Hyatt stage at 1 p.m., we'll be kicking it off with Nathaniel Johnstone. And
Ooh.
you may remember him. He played violin for Abney Park for many years. But
Okay.
he's a multi-instrumentalist. He is an absolute wizard. Like, he can pick up almost any instrument and play it well. But he will be kicking off at 1 o'clock on the
Okay.
Hyatt stage on Friday. And then following him will be Beth Patterson, who a lot of our fans are familiar with. She's a Celtic bouzouki musician from New Orleans. A
Ooh.
lot of fun. And then Landlocked, which is a pirate music sea shanty duet that has been a favorite there for a while. And so we kick it off a little bit easier, and then it gets a little louder and a little more involved as we move into the evening.
I love them sea shanties. That's gonna be really fun to hear as well.
Mhm.
But there you have it. So not only do you get to get the chance to hear the sounds of some of these great artists while enjoying the con, but they'll want to meet you guys as well. So definitely check out the schedule a week or so before the convention to find out all the great details of performances on concourse stages throughout DragonCon weekend. And Clyde, thank you so much for giving us the great opportunity to find out more about your area with over 100 departments. It's impossible to know where everything is all at once, but we try.
Sure thing, Brenda. Y'all take care, and I will see you at the show.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
That's too.
Huh?
There's so much.
I know there's too much sometimes.
You know, if you just wanted to go to DragonCon and just check out live music for 5 days straight, you could probably do it between
It's
the
like
big
its
rooms and you
own
said
music festival.
the smaller stages, and there's a ton of stuff. So he seemed nice. I have never met Clyde, so it was cool to see him.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I really love what we do here on Town Hall. It's just a really neat feeling to reveal new stuff to everyone. Like some of this stuff was also pretty new to me too, even though I've been going since 2012. So
Every
it's just
year.
a yeah, exactly. But it's honestly just really nice to cover our areas of DragonCon that all the fans might not know or aware that it exists.
Yeah, exactly that. Every year I learn something new. Like volunteering. Apparently, last week was the last volunteer meeting.
I know.
They had it. It's wrapping up. So is that it? Like, what if I have friends that want to volunteer? Did they miss their chance or?
I mean, we have new volunteers who are always welcome to join the team all the way up until DragonCon starts. So if anything, just shoot us an email, volunteers@dragoncon.org, so Richard and his team can find a spot for you to help out in.
There's always room. There's always room. Now,
We
I
always
don't want
need
to
volunteers.
put anyone on the spot. You could probably show up Friday and just be, hey,
Yeah,
can I volunteer? They'll probably find
they
something.
probably will. Yeah.
And the DragonCon volunteer meetings, they're not secret. They're not like behind closed doors. You can
It's not
check
like
that out
Fight
as
Club.
well. You can go facebook.com, DragonCon Volunteer Central, and they have the video there to let you know all the information that was told to the volunteers. So it's all there.
Yes. All there. And fans have been asking all over social media about single day and partial weekend memberships. And we're happy to report single day memberships will finally go on sale 10 a.m. August 1st. And Master Control has reported to us that the prices will be Thursday, $35, Friday, $55, Saturday, $75, Sunday, $65, and Monday, $35. Now, these are all very limited and once again will go on sale this Tuesday morning, August 1st at 10 a.m. So please, please, please make sure you guys set your alarms, tell all your friends, tell your neighbors, tell their dogs, as they won't last long. Details on these 1 days will also change to multi-day memberships, and they'll be available on DragonCon's website in the membership info section as well. So
I've seen that
dragoncon.org.
question 1,000 times. So
I've
I am
answered
glad,
that
Brenda,
question
you
several
can bring
times.
the answer. There it is.
And then after securing those single day memberships, you guys will be able to head over to Monk's Meadery to order the original Dragon Nectars in a brand new can. Look at that design. I love it. It is amazing. I love that this embellishes what DragonCon is right there.
I need to try. I need to have a few. Let's get
Yeah.
the party started early. Also, there's just stuff after stuff after stuff. Vendor workshop links. Those are live. Those are up. You can find that at famcut.ticketspiece/dragon. We said, I think it's / I was slashing the wrong way. I'm sorry. /DragonCon. But y'all, this in my headset here, it's like an earpiece.
Did I hear
breaking
somebody
news.
talking about workshops?
It's Colby. Colby,
Hey,
what is
Colby.
up?
Hi. I heard workshops, and I wanted to crash this party to say that we have 2 legends visiting us this year at DragonCon. One of them is also going to be teaching a brand new workshop.
Ooh, tell me.
I'm so excited. Please welcome Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner.
No way.
They'll both be participating in panels. Another fun throughout the weekend. But Lindsay will be teaching her Shift Your Perspective mindfulness workshop. And that is at the Hilton on Saturday, September 2nd at 1 p.m.
Awesome. And there's that link, Grotix, purchase.grotix.com. I'm not going to say the rest of that.
They were in awesome, very awesome shows that I will not mention, but they were awesome.
Oh yeah, they were.
It's good to see.
And that one thing that they were in. You know the thing I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about. Colby, that's it, right? You can't have anything else after that.
We also we have a lot of friends joining us this year at DragonCon, but I am excited to announce some of our new friends who are joining us. Carlos Valdez and Tom Cavanaugh.
No way.
They're both with us Friday and Saturday only.
I also love them in those things that they were in.
They were great.
They were great. Yeah, great performance.
There are several mini projects.
Oh, yes. Well, wow. Thanks, Colby. That was indeed a fine interlude while we wait for the main event in over 4 weeks. Is it 4 weeks or 5 weeks?
It's like 4.5. It's like
4.5.
40. I got it right here. No, I literally am looking at 34 days per the website.
No, don't say that to a cosplayer, please.
So you guys are ready.
Almost, yeah.
I'm not. I'm impatient. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Colby, do you have any more news?
If you want a little bit more news to make the wait a little bit better, I might have a little bit more.
Look, this is your first town hall. We're gonna need you to. You did good.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Let me say, you did amazing. You did great.
Well, I don't want to show out, so
but
if
you could
don't want
always
me to
do
share this
better.
news, then I'll zip it.
We
You
have
could
you
always
like
do
right
better.
here. We need you to go like right over here. Oh, my dog agrees too.
Okay, well, for the first time ever, all 5 host hotels are getting the specialty art room keys.
No way. That's like one of the other main reasons why we go to DragonCon.
Right.
Just for the
Of
hotel
course,
keys.
this will make collecting all 5 a little harder, but the really cool thing is that they are all one art piece split into 5 room key pieces.
Oh, that's really cool.
Of course, when you check into the Hyatt Regency, Westin Peachtree, the Hilton Marriott Marquis, and the newly named Cortland Grand Hotel.
Colby,
RIP Sheraton.
you got it. Colby, you got to tell who's making them. Who's the artist?
Well, we do know who the artist is.
Yeah, obviously we do. I mean, we're 34 days away. You know,
we're not ready to reveal that just yet, but soon.
All right, Colby, you still did great, man. You did amazing.
Let's see. So will we be able to meet this person at DragonCon?
They will be available to meet in person at the Comic and Pop Artist Alley. That is located on the 4th floor of the vendor halls in the America's Mart building #2. It's one of my favorite spaces at DragonCon. I go every year. It is amazing. It's so cool. And the artist has also promised that they'll have prints of the art pieces that are seen on the room keys available for sale to the
No
fans.
way.
All right,
Oh my God,
that's
gonna be
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, because I'm only staying at one hotel. You know,
Yeah, I'm only
I'm
staying
not
at the
going to have
Marriott.
5 rooms.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that we can then just buy the art piece and frame it and hang it up or whatever we want to do. So
And then cut them up into individual things. That way it's like we have all 5 keys from each host.
Or make
hotel.
magnets out of them.
That too.
There's so many options.
All right. Colby, is that all we have for today?
That is all we have for today. We'll show some new cool merchandise at the next town hall. I know that there's a lot of cool stuff that'll be made available for the fans at the show.
Perfect. And I'll be sure to come back and talk about some of the other classes and make and take art opportunities, vendor hall workshops, and some more hidden gems as well.
and I promise to read whatever words are on the script. And with that, man, it's been super fun. Thank you to Russ Adams. Thank you to Clyde Gilbert for all the information on the music, the workshops, the performers, all that stuff going on. Colby with breaking news, your first town hall. You did amazing. You brought a ton of awesome stuff. Brenda, always great. We had this weird, I've met you through DragonCon, but didn't really meet you and know you. Now we work together thing, you know. So yeah,
all roads lead back to DragonCon eventually.
That they do. Hey, we did have a question in chat. When is the app available?
Oh gosh.
It's 2 weeks, folks. We're saying 2 weeks before the show, according to the powers that be. So hang on, stick around.
But it is always updating, so make sure you refresh and check out any places that you may want to go and events.
Also, last thing, progress report coming soon. So that'll give us a little more information before the app's out. But I think that's it. We had a ton. We had more than a ton. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.
Bye.